Life is not measured by the breaths that we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. I just always thought Lisa was just so beautiful and just such a nice person. And I remember she had been re-diagnosed after a lapse of like 4 years, and that, it was stage 4. And I was pretty blown away by it. Even though I didn't know her very well, I was just really impacted. I thought this is a pretty scary sickness, and I'm glad that I'm there for her, but I can't imagine what it would be like to hear that. As long as I had an arm's length away from it, I was good.
I was always passionate about this cause because I've had family members that have fought breast cancer, but once it hits home and strikes you, you really become involved and you realize how important organizations are like the American Cancer Society, because their hotline is the first number I called the evening of my diagnosis.
We're making strides against breast cancer! We're making strides against breast cancer! We're making strides against breast cancer!
My breast cancer was detected in a yearly mammogram, and I went back that day expecting to just hear that they needed to do another test. And she sat me down and she said, "You have breast cancer." And I think for me, it takes me a little longer to process things. And she kept saying, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, I'm okay, I'm all right." And I left her office, and then I decided, okay, I can't put this off any longer. I've got to call Dave. I've got to tell him.
That was an evening, and that was not a fun evening. That was like being punched in the gut, and I'm a fixer, and I couldn't, I could not fix that right then and there, and that's what I wanted to do. And I couldn't be there just to put my arms around her, so I was too far away.
Well, when it finally sunk in that I really did have it, I actually started thinking about it. The first thing I thought was, I've always wanted to be a grandmother, and I just have to be here to become a grandmother. It was really important to me, and still is.
Our children's standpoint, they were both there. I mean, they came home very supportive, to the hospital, spent nights at the hospital, which your children shouldn't have to do with their mom, but they were very good, very supportive.
That was probably the hardest part of it, was telling both my kids. It is not the kind of news you want to deliver, because you always feel like you can protect your kids, but you can't always.
I'm walking for my Aunt Shannon.
We're walking for Team Sherry.
I'm walking for Team Gail today.
Making strides against breast cancer does more than just raise money. It raises awareness, education, maybe draws that person out that's a little fearful but knows they need to know about breast cancer. Or maybe that person that's all alone and doesn't have anybody. They look around and they see they're not alone. That's important, because we all belong to each other. So this walk is more than just raising money. It's raising spirits, awareness, education, and lifting us all up to the point where we know that there's going to be a cure one day.
Everybody needs to come out and get involved. It's easy, it's painless. It's great exercise on usually a pretty nice day. And at the end of the day, you're giving back, you're helping, and it's important to us. We appreciate your support.
I walk for Lisa. I walk for myself for hope. I walk for my daughter. And I walk for a cure.